Hello YouTube, today I am back playing some NHL 18 franchise mode, and I left off at the draft and I headed into the re-sign phase. And if you want to go check out my previous content, link in the description below to the draft and deadline. I made plenty of deals, so let's get right into the signings. I have gone over the RFAs, and a few of them, including Marcus Granlund and Troy Stecher, wanted a bit much, but the term wasn't bad and the money would be easy to trade. The contract would be easy to trade, unlike a few I have on the roster currently. Pouliot wanted a bit much, so I just gave him a qualifying offer, and then I signed a bunch of depth for the AHL. And the AHL squad looks quite good, actually. So I'm going to sign Elias Peterson, who will be in the NHL next year. I'll sign Cole Lind, Adam Boquist, however you say that. Joel Farabee, who is an actual NHL, not NHL player, but he is a rookie. Not rookie, he's in the draft. Should I sign him or let him? I'll let him stay. Nobody else, really. Thanks for walking in front of me, Cat. I really appreciate it. And then goaltenders. Do we have anybody on? Oh, I'll sign DiPietro, the good DiPietro, Richard Bachman. I'll bring these guys back because it's always good to help out the AHL system. And then, if there's a goaltender in free agency, a nice, maybe an 83 overall, potentially Philip Grubauer, I'd like to bring him over here to Vancouver, because I don't know if Thatcher Demko can be starter next year, because this team could be good next year. I have plenty of money to play with, and I don't think we will be. I think we'll have close to 25 mil left after all these contracts are signed, and I'm hoping Nope gives up Hassel. So yep, he gives UC Okonen's back. Stecher, Barchi rejected, Marcus Granlund rejected, Jake the Snake Virtanen's coming back, Nikolai Kudobin. Holy jeez, is it because we're a bad team? Oh, come on, boys. Just come back. I'll give... You know what? I will sign them to the contracts that they want. So, if you don't know the rule, if you play NHL franchise mode a lot, you'll know there's the times it by 0.85, the contract by 0.85%, and that's good. So I did that first. I always do that for any contract first. And Marcus Granlund, jeez, 3 mil. I have plenty of money to play with. Cash money, boys. I will never say that again. And then, come on, Richard Bachman, you'll be great for the AHL. I'll give you all the money in the world for just 1 year. Come on. He'd be a good goaltender to have back. Come on, Richard Bachman. I know Sven, I have plenty of money. I have plenty of money. There's no way I can't get all these guys back. Accepted. Okay, I guess Richard Bachman does not want to return with the Utica Comets. He had a little stint there in the NHL, but he does not want a contract. So we will have to go into free agency right up next and see who is out there. Because if we have money, or I know we have money, if there is anybody out there, if there's studs out there, I'm going to go out there and play ball. Here in free agency, oh, holy moly, we have to get him. We have to get John Tavares, right? We have $29 million to play with. Hellebuck, holy moly, is he? Yeah, he's... Yeah, so I can't get him. I mean, Philip Grubauer, who I was hoping came back. There's not... I mean, yeah, I'll sign him real quick because he's there. Bring him into the AHL. He usually gets up to a 75 overall. So, plenty of great players here, so Okay, I gotta sign. I'm hoping these guys never come here, but I'm hoping they sign here because I always try to sign them, but they never end up coming. Is there any defenseman? No, not really. Sheehan. He could be a good fourth line center for us. He has decent defensive and physical stats. Nick Shore. I'll have to go over that myself. John Carlson, JVR. Holy, Thomas Vanek is staying at an even 84 overall. How many points did he put up last year? 59? I think he was with Columbus, so. And Joe Thornton finally left the San Jose Sharks looking for greater things, and I'm sure a team will pay him some money who wants in Florida. Florida Panthers, I'm sure Florida will get him. And let's just look here. Both Sedins staying here in free agency, and I'm wondering who's going to pick him up. I'm not spending any money on them. In my mind, they don't exist anymore in this franchise mode. So, I think we have to go for the big fish here. We have to go for John Tavares. Right? How much do we give him? Like, all the money in the world? 10 mil for 6 years? This is interesting, because do we want to be a good team next year? I think we should be. Or at least a playoff fringe team, but I also wouldn't be mad if we weren't. So, John Tavares. You know what? I'm going to make the deal. 5 years at 10 mil. Oh, God. 10.5. 10.5. The New York Islanders trying to get him back, and I'm sure plenty of other teams are going to go out there and try to get him. And then John Carlson, I'm trying to think of our right-handed defenseman, and we really don't have anybody. JVR might be a nice guy to get there. Let's go to the rosters. Let's go to the rosters and see who we have and see who we could potentially have on the roster next year. So I know John Tavares could easily fit into this lineup. I don't care moving anybody down or up for Jonathan Tavares. Let's see here. Ulevi. Why do I always add an extra J? So Ulevi probably be in the NHL next year if he gets a little growth there. So Sven Barchi's trade value went sky high there. So if he dips a bit and stays there, well, he might be a nice little trade asset. So Noah Yolson. Yeah. Let's look at our defensive core here, and it's not looking pretty in the slightest. Our highest is an 82 overall. So if there's a defenseman out there in free agency, I'm going to sign him. Let's look at the forwards. What kind of forwards do we need back? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, that's just... that's not forwards, Owen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh, yeah. I mean, Cole Lynn could be there in the NHL next year. Adam Gaudette could be as well. So it really drops off after Peterson, who hasn't even played in the NHL yet. But I know he's going to be a STUD stud. Hoping for plenty of growth out there. So Jonathan Tavares would work perfectly for this lineup. I really hope he comes here, man. That would be amazing for Vancouver. And it's definitely realistic because both Sedins retired in the real NHL. That's $14 million in cap space right there. John Tavares to Vancouver, is it going to happen? I mean, Vancouver would love that. Man, I wish we could get Josh. I almost developed a lisp there, but I don't. Josh Morrissey. I don't want to pay any picks for that. Really not a lot of defense out here this year, so... I mean, it's just John Carlson, but do I want to go for the big fish? JVR. JVR. Or Joe Thornton. No, we have centers. I don't think it makes sense. Okay, I'm just going to go to the goaltender now. I'm going to go sign Philip Grubauer to a $4.25 million contract. That makes sense. I'm trying to decide here. JVR. I could get both. I have plenty of money. I have plenty of dollars. Or David Perron. Second line center, right-handed. Second line center. Second line left wing, two-way forward. How did... 43 points with Vegas? That's not bad. That's not bad. JVR, how'd you do with the Leafs? 48 points. I can't... you know what? I'm going to go out and get John Carlson. You know what? Makes sense. Everybody's trying to get that deal done. I'll give him 8.2 for 7 years. I'm hoping one of them decide to be like, you know what, Vancouver's a nice place. It might rain a lot, but man, Vancouver is a place to be at. You want to play with Brock Besser? John Tavares and Brock Besser? You want that pairing? You got it. It'll happen. Potentially. So, man, JVR would be nice there on the second line. I'm trying to think of our second line. You know what? What are the Sedins? Second line center still. I'm not signing the Sedins. Don't. And I'd expect JVR to have more trade value than Thomas Vanek. So you know what? I'm going to make that deal for 1 year at 7.025. Oh, if I can land one of those top three, if I can get Tavares, I'm going to cry. I would cry. I don't have the tears for it, to be honest. So, please, hockey gods, bestow me the power of John Tavares. You want to hoist the Stanley Cup? Bring John Tavares to this team. I must slay the dragons and the demons of Vancouver's past. And with help of John Tavares, that will happen. JVR. Philip. Burke accepted. Oh, Tyroning! He made it out of camp. X-Tech reference. Oh, come on. John Tavares is coming to the Vancouver Canucks. The rebuild is over. Here's the Stanley... And John Carlson. So our defense. Oh, that's sad. Okay. $10 million to work with. You know what? I'm assigned. Right-handed? Or anybody right-handed here? Sister? Hey, sister.
Hi, sisters! Ah!
You know what? I will just go with... Sure, that's a lot of money for a year. No, man, that's a lot of money. No, sister is not worth $4 million. Are you crazy? I think that's... Maybe I'll go into the next season making a deal of some sorts. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm gonna do. A huge trade to announce for the Vancouver Canucks. I looked over the defense for the 2018-2019 season, and wow, does it look bad. And I don't want to be a lottery team this year because of just John Tavares alone. I don't want him getting mad. I need to keep the... I shouldn't say that yet. I don't want to keep one of our star... I don't want to make one of our star players mad, and because it's a long contract. So, we have a player from the Winnipeg Jets who is having contract problems with the Winnipeg Jets. And he just doesn't feel like winning with the Jets. So, Josh Morrissey, who I've had in previous franchise modes on my personal time, and he's been incredible. I think I can get him to a nice deal, and who am I giving up? Reed Boucher, yeah. A guy that I currently just signed, but Winnipeg needs him, and we need the defenseman. Marcus Granlund, because I need to clear out some centers, and $3 million, I'm okay with giving him up. And just a depth guy, or depth prospect, and a fifth. So please go through. Trade rejected. Okay. Let me think here. You know what? I'll give a third for Josh Morrissey. Come on. Trade accepted. I might have given a smidge too much to the Winnipeg Jets, but we needed him. So I will be back in 2 seconds. Well, that took way longer than I expected. So I didn't know where Josh Morrissey was, and the NHL noob came out in me, and I forgot he needed to be signed because he was an RFA. So I signed him to a 3-year deal for 3.7. That's actually quite a good contract. For 1 year, he only wanted 1.5, which is stupid. I just wanted to get him for a nice contract. And here is the lineup. You might have some questions. Sven Barchi up there, because look at this. He has some high locker room chemistry with Jonathan Tavares. And Jonathan Tavares has high locker room chemistry with Sven Barchi. Swiss Superman and the Canadian captain? Question mark? That's something I might need to address in a few moments. Jonathan Tavares there, and Brock the Beast Bessa. 1 year left. I'm going to get him on a contract. Oh my god, look at his shooting. 99, 97, 99, 96. I see why he had 101 points. And then you have JVR down there on the second line, which makes sense, with Bo Horvat and Elias Peterson, or Pedersen, however you choose to say that. And Pedersen will probably be moved up to the first line some point this season. His face-offs aren't as good as I want them to be, but I'm hoping he can get better with some time, because he's a second line forward as it is, so give him some time there. Nikolai Guldobin there on the third line. He's left-handed, and I wanted to keep Tyroning there on the right wing third pairing. He was a 7th round pick. He had like 50 goals in the WHL this year, something crazy. If any of you watch X-Tech Gaming, he made it right out of camp with the Seattle Storm Bears, so if you watch him, you get that reference, and if you don't watch him, then you're completely lost. And I decided to give young rookie Adam Gaudette some time here on the third line. And here's my reasoning. This team could either be really okay or mediocre and miss the playoffs. But I want to give him some time because there's a guy down in the AHL that I'm not sure is quite ready to make that jump, and I think he could spend more time in the AHL to develop. Then you have Brendan Gaunce, Brandon Sutter, and Jake the Snake, who is playing there on the fourth line, but I gave him some penalty kill line. The power play, Brock Besser, yep, pretty decent lines. Gave Tyroning some time there on the power play. Ulevium giving him plenty of time. Yep, Jake Virtanen. Yeah, I just didn't want Jake Virtanen. I know he's got bad face-offs, but penalty kill is weird. It's either they can have no really good players on the penalty kill and be great, or superstars, and it's NHL 18 is confusing just like every other game. So Philip Grubauer is signed for 2 more years. He is the current starting goaltender with 1 more season of development because he's 26, and then Thatcher Demko at 22 he will be taking up the starter's mantle probably in the next season. So something I have to address early here, who's captain? Now, this is interesting Besser has the captaincy now as it is. And I'm taking the captaincy off of him, even though I really didn't give it to him, which I think they need to change that the next game. It doesn't automatically assign. You're the one who has to assign A's and C's. So Jonathan Tavares makes sense. Bo Horvat and Brock Besser get the letters. There is no captain. Somebody will have to prove themselves. And I think it could be between two guys there. We have a good team. It's the AHL's. You want to see the AHL here? I'll just show you the lineup real quick. There's the lineup. Colin getting plenty of time. Blah, blah, blah. Wait, let me just check and see if he is on the penalty kill. Hold on. Let me just put Colin. Yep, okay. So, and it's Legio in the AHL is goaltender and Halonen. Halonen. Here we go. I'm going to sim up to the trade deadline as usual, or as close as I possibly can get without some craziness. Let's head to the first game. I'll sin. I don't want to sin. I need some holy water now. I'll sim the first game against the San Jose Sharks. We're doing well in the preseason. The moment I say that, we lose. That's great. Let's go to the W. We do have Chicago's pick, and I don't know if they're going to be great this season, which I'm hoping. They're horrendous. They're very bad. I want a good pick because there are a few studs in the draft coming this year, and we could always, we always need some help there on offense and defense. Now, getting Jonathan Tavares really accelerates the rebuild. And we could either be good or bad, and I'm okay with either one. In the first period, Jonathan Tavares, moments in, gets his first goal as a Vancouver Canuck. It's in the first period, no goals except ours, 12-6. And they take a 1-goal lead, former Vancouver Canuck, Hansen. And then the third period of play, Brock the Beast Besser scores with 49 seconds remaining. Let's go to OT and see what happens. Jonathan Tavares and the shootout. And we win in the shootout. Brock Besser having a great game there, potting the shootout winner, and we win the first game 3-2 in the shootout against a Pacific Division rival. We'll head to the end of this month and see how we are doing. Now, as I was saying before that, John Tavares really throws a wrench, a good wrench. Is that ever a thing where you can throw a good wrench into something and make it better? Because usually throwing a wrench into something isn't a good thing. But he's changed the center depth for this team because Bo Horvat's great for center. And, hey, we're doing quite well here, 5-2. Come on. 5-2-1. He's really good for that top line, and he could be our franchise center for 6 years, for 7 years, until he retires or he gets to the point where I need to trade him. Because it's a hefty contract, and we have plenty of people who need contracts. And somebody who needs a contract is going to be Brock Besser. And I want to see, after a 7-3-1 October, Brock Besser leading the way with 14 points, 6 goals in 11 games, and I'm sure Jonathan Tavares is right behind him. Yes, 13-14. Oh, I'm loving it. Holy hell. It's looking good. Ty Ronning, 9 points on the third line, and Adam got, we're all on a roll here. I'm loving that. Who's not producing? JVR, yeah. JVR, Jacob, Yolson, Stetcher. Though defense isn't doing great. Oli Ulevi, Ben Hutton, Elias Peterson, 5 points. That's not bad. I'm hoping to get a little more out of him. Jake Virtanen, Bo Horvat, Nikolai Kuldobin. Yeah, so it's not looking bad. How's the goaltenders doing? Oh, I know. Oh, no. Yes. Let me... Oh, whoopsie, I did something wrong. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. But Philip Grubauer's been playing great. Oh, Demko. Man, I'm sorry, Demko. Let's just sim another month. See how we're rolling. See if we still are feeling our October. I had something in my mind and it just didn't come out. Let's see if we can keep on this roll here. Lost to Arizona. Lost to Toronto. Are we falling back down to earth here looking for a win? OT loss to Anaheim. Let's go to Sweden. And a win, a huge win against the San Jose Sharks. Montreal, loss against the Canadiens. Loss against Buffalo, oh no. Win against Arizona, and a win against Calgary. LA, oh, loss. Win against Chicago. How's Chicago doing? I need to check how they're doing. I would love a lottery pick this year. I know there's a few players there in the draft. Jack Hughes. But mostly I'm looking for a defenseman. I would have loved to have won Dahlin this past year, but there's not much you can really do about that. And a few losses to end the month. We are 11-10-2, and Jonathan Tavares is leading the way. Now, they're going to put me in a difficult position heading into the trade deadline. JVR, yeah, that was an awful signing. Yeah, I'm going to put him on the block, who isn't producing. The defense really isn't. Oh, God, that defense is going to be my kryptonite, isn't? I can usually build a pretty good defense with... Why aren't you giving any starts to Demko? Holy... Vancouver, I swear to God. You know what? Redemption for Demko. Demko redemption. You idiots. Who's the coach here? Put Demko in, you dirty, rotten buggers. My God, he had 50 wins last year in the AHL. Who's my coach? Who's the coach? I don't know. I'm the GM. I have no idea. So let's just continue here, I guess. No, let me check Chicago real quick. Let me check Chicago. Chicago, they're basically the same as we are. So we could potentially both miss the playoffs this year. And as I say that, we get 2 wins in a row. Columbus, loss against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Tampa Bay, win, and boom. Because we're not a bad team, it seems. Nashville, loss against Smashville. Oh, they're going to put me in a difficult position. JVR has really got to go. Yep, I'm putting JVR on the block now. You can't stop me from putting JVR on the block. There's no way you can stop me now. Come on, where are you, JVR? Gotta put you on the trading block. Jokinen, blah, blah. Oh, there's Sutter and... Oh, God, there's so many people on with awful contracts. JVR. We have a bunch of prospects in the pool now. Holy. And... Let's see. Did they give Demko some time? Ooh. Yeah, that's not great. Ooh, that's not fun. What do I want? What do I really want? I want. Is that copyright? Yeah, it's copyright. Don't say that, Owen. Don't sing. I mean, my singing really isn't. It isn't human. It sounds like a dying cow. So, let's head to the next month because I just want to get to the deadline quickly. Hopefully somebody sends in a deal for JVR, and I'd be happy to give him up for 20 first-round picks because he's a stud. So there's nothing you can do about that. 20 first-round picks. 19, that's all I'll do. As I put him on the... Is that just the key, putting him on the block? We got 3 wins in a row. Come on, Minnie. Lose Minnesota. If you turn that M upside down, it's Winnesota. I'm sorry. So, just scouting a bunch of places there. So, 2 shootout losses in a row. We are 17-14-4. Let's just... How's Chicago doing? 19, 16, and 4. Loss. Win. Win. Loss. So I wonder what time I'm up to now. Nope. Good. No, I'm not picking you up, Radko Gudas. Screw you, Radko Gudas. I don't want a goofball McGundy. Loss. Win and a loss. I am going to end this video off with the contract for potential Captain Brock Besser. This'll finish it off. I have to look over the trade blocks and such for potential deals going into the deadline. The next episode will consist of probably up to the draft, maybe the draft itself. So, this will end it off. Contract sent. And that's all she wrote for this episode. Thank you for getting this far into the video. I can't believe you made it that far. Thank you for listening to this god-awful voice. If you like this content, subscribe. Leave a like down to support this channel, and maybe share it with your friends who could enjoy content such as this. So, I will see you in the next video. Ciao.